Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Last week you saw me do Ryan's makeup as Beast Boy, and this week, a little less entertaining and full of comedy, I am doing my makeup as Raven. So you can see me starting here with a light highlight on the nose, chins, and cheeks. Then I'm going into my Naked 2 palette, and I'm using a more cool colored shadow, and I'm actually using that as my contour. I want to keep everything cool tone for her makeup look, and any undertones that I have, I want to keep purple so that it matches the color in her costume. As always, make sure you're blending everything out really nice so that it gets a nice smooth finished look. Going into the Naked Smoky palette, I'm now going in with a darker brown color. I personally don't like filling my eyebrows black because I feel like they're too heavy on me. So I'm using this really dark brown to fill my eyebrows and give it a good shape. I always outline the bottom and the top and then use whatever pigment is left in my brush to pull through the eyebrow hairs and give it a nice tapered look at the thickest part of my brow closest to my inner eye. Now that I have both eyebrows done, I'm going to move on to my next step. So to protect myself from fallout, I'm putting a powder underneath my eyes, and I'm just going to let it sit there pretty thick so that if any of the fallout falls down onto my face, it's falling onto that powder. Now I'm going in with a dense black, and I'm patting that into my lid. I want it to be really deep and dark black, and I'm patting it down on my entire lid up into my crease. If you feel like your pigment is not picking up well, you can go in with a damp brush and that will help your pigment darken as well. Now with a fluffy brush, I'm going back in and blending everything out so that it blends out from my crease. I want to make sure to stay really close to that crease and not take my blend too close to my eyebrow, otherwise I'm going to be bringing pigment too high and my eyebrow is just going to blend into that dark black, which is no good. Then I'm going into my waterline and just lightly running a pencil across my waterline. I want everything in this look to be very smoky and have kind of a grungy, gothic feel. Okay, now I'm going into my Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette. I feel like these pigments don't pick up well with a brush, so I'm actually using my fingertips and I'm dabbing in this dark purple color so that all the black on my eye also has a dark purple shimmer when it catches the light. I felt like this really contributed to some of the purples in her costume, or the purples that she often wears. To add to that grungy look and just keep it all where I want it to be, I'm going in with black shadow again on a flat edged brush, and I'm smudging out my eyeliner and adding a smudgy edge. Once my eyes are complete, I'm gonna go back in with a brush and just pick up any of that powder that's left on my face and brush that all away. If there was any fallout, it would just brush away with the rest of the powder. I did not have too much problems with fallout in this look. I'm using the NYX Liquid Suede. If you haven't noticed already, this is one of my favorite brands to use. I've got a dark plum purple for this look, and I'm using a small detail brush to be able to paint everything in really nice and neat. For this look, I'm not overlining my lips or underlining my lips. I am personally using the shape of my natural lip. I did go into my Cupid's bow and kind of define that a little bit more. I did also bring in my top edges, add a little bit more of a heart shaped instead of going into my full corners. I made the corners on the top of my mouth a little bit more narrow because I wanted it to have a little bit more of a pout. But I didn't round my bottom lip so that it was a full girlish pout. I wanted it to just be full without being too overdrawn. My Cupid's bow is uneven, so I often struggle with trying to paint it in to make it even and get it where I want it. This is not an uncommon problem. Struggle bus. And besides the gem, that is the finished look. And I added a purple ombre wig. I really like the idea of doing a purple ombre because I felt like it added some realism opposed to having a solid purple, which can often look costumey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications button. See you next time.